Welcome back, folks. The University of South Dakota celebrated Dakota Days this past weekend, but for the first time since 2015, the Coyotes were led on the sidelines by someone other than Bob Nielson. However, Nielson was still involved as he got to be part of D-Days in a different way. SportsFource's Irvin Doman has the story on this week's SportsFource champion.
Bob Nielson, as our football coach for the last 9 seasons, really embodies what Dakota Days is all about.
The University of South Dakota president, Sheila Gestring, knew exactly who she wanted to be the Grand Marshal for the 2025 Dakota Days celebration. It was the man who led the football team to an unblemished record on Dakota Days during his time as the Coyotes head coach.
I accepted certainly an opportunity to come back to campus in a much different capacity, but to stay attached in a lot of ways.
Saturday was Nielsen's first time back to Vermillion to see the Yotes in action, but as much as Nielsen loves the game of football, it's a chance to reconnect with the great folks that made coaching the Yotes for years so rewarding.
Chance to see some very good friends and some of the boosters that were really great supporters of me and my career there.
It's also a sign of how highly the University of South Dakota thinks of Nielsen and what he's done to further them as an institution. To put it simply, as Grand Marshal, he's joining a list of names that mean a lot to the Coyote community.
Nancy McCarron, the mother of USD, as she is fondly referred to. Bob Freeberg, who I've known for years and years and years, just a wonderfully committed Coyote to the University of South Dakota. Sue and Doug Tuvey, also some of the most passionate Coyotes.
While Nielsen is humbled to experience D-Days from a new perspective, he went into the game day with just one wish.
Let's just hope we keep that streak alive.
And they did, as USD defeated Murray State 49-24 to cap another successful Dakota Days. In Vermillion, South Dakota, Irvin Doman, KTIV SportsFource.